right now, because we are jumping into game number 1. It is Clash of the Hippo semifinals. It's Vinchester against DauT. It is weird choices. It is Vinchester going with Goss and DauT going with Hans. SMB, what's going on here?
I don't think this is unexpected for Vinchester. We've seen him do men at arms rushes a lot in rated games and tournaments. He did this in the Arabia Invitational to great effect in quite a lot of games. I remember he kind of came back from a losing position against Chris with this sort of strategies. And Viper was suggesting that man at arms rushes were viable the other day in this tournament with these settings. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, but not going for M&A first. He's going for the stable. Did queue up a bit too many villagers at the start. Now is producing first scouts as well. DauT obviously a bit earlier. Let's see how the first engagement is going. Let's take a look at the map. Vinchester has a reasonable back spots, but all pretty far away. Already trying to push Deer into his TC, and seems like he will be successful with that. Let's see on the other side, we have DauT now going for the first boar. And a very backstable back Deer as well, and this looks like a very reasonably open gold spot here. What do you say about the maps?
I think Vinchester has got a decent enough map considering his Goths. Obviously, you won't be able to stonewall until the castle age anyway, but it's just good to have quite a lot of resources in the bank. Looking a lot more open for DauT. That forward gold could potentially be an issue, especially with the hill right in front of it. But ignoring the map for a second, we see the players coming together for their first engagements here with the scouts.
And it's 4 against 4 scout at the front, still 1 scout from DauT behind. Not really sure why he's lacking that one. And Vinchester showed us that he's taking extremely good engagements all series long. For now needs to go back. He has more HP, and now 5 against 5 scouts could maybe take this engagement. Let's see, he is taking the pull back here, but so is DauT. Nice movement, and it seems like this could end up in a pretty even fight. It's 2 against 2 scouts, now 1 against 2. Vinchester is pulling back, and that's a small HP advantage of 20 HP here, and a full scout for DauT.
Yeah, I think what we saw there was the Hun stable bonus. I think DauT had 1 extra scout by that point, and it was about the kind of like 5-6 scouts at the 20% stable speed would have got an extra scout into the fight.
Let's see now, adding a second scout, but third scout for Mr. Vinchester is coming in, so we'll be still keeping the advantage. He obviously doesn't want to shoot the board too early, the Goth bonus. Sometimes bugging out there. He's at 300 wood. That's a bit too much if you ask me. Now going for the pretty much exposed mill here. And I think DauT can maybe do some damage. And this seems to be a good start for our player from Serbia here. Just heavily behind when it comes to points. But obviously look at the small dot he only scouted, and DauT at the other side. Already seeing so much more. It's 5 against 2 scouts. Now third one coming out for Vinchester. DauT ahead by 1 villager. This is looking like a pretty solid start, and I'm still surprised why Vinchester went for Goth here.
Yeah, it seems a strange decision to go Goths only to go scouts.
Trying to avoid the engagement, obviously. 3 against 5 scouts, not the fight you want to take. Now short palisade wall, but only on one side. Let's see, the other side is a bit exposed, and DauT is going for it. Vinchester is trying to take the fight. Most likely 1 villager will go down for HP, yeah, and down he goes. And that's not a fight Vinchester can kind of return here. It seems like DauT can even fight against the added scout and added villager there, the damage output. And now DauT is retreating. Being had 4 villagers already. How did that happen? He killed 2. No, he killed only 1, right?
Vinchester got housed for a moment. I think Vinchester is a little bit off the pace at the moment, because he took a boar at an inopportune time, because I think he was just kind of struggling with the multitasking, and then he got housed. DauT just seems surprisingly a little bit faster here. A little bit paying attention to multitasking better, but obviously with Huns, you do save a... You know, you've got more attention to spend elsewhere because you're not building houses.
I think so as well. The start with Hans is so beautiful and so easy to play compared to other civilizations, for example the Goth, who need to control so many areas at one time. And now that's another solid hit there by Vinchester retreating at a perfect timing. So that was quite a reasonable engagement, buying himself more time. Now the barracks is coming in, and maybe we can see some spearmen here to defend against the mascot of DauT. Let's see, he is going for a beautiful, yeah, at the moment not very efficient mill there, but close to 7 deer, I believe.
Yeah, the mill on the deer in the north is beautiful. Both players with actually a lot of deer, but Vinchester's, having lured one in right at the start, hasn't been able to take them, and I don't think he will because they're so far forward. Scats coming out on the wood line, quick walling coming out, but there is possibly a hole on the eastern side.
And
DauT wants to go for it.
Another villager, no hole as it seems, but still 7 against 4 military. Now slow spearman coming in, was heavily housed before. Vinchester didn't get his berries reasonably as well. Now low HP scouts, again 3 full HP scouts of DauT. Vinchester needs to run, and that's not looking good. Now first small wins here, getting 2 scouts for him. Kill to death slightly in favor of DauT. We have to agree that DauT is in the advantage here, but by how much, SMB?
I think it's quite sizable because the villager advantage has just continued to stretch, and also his economy is largely undisturbed. Vinchester has not been looking in the best of shape. He hasn't got many villagers on wood. He's going heavily into farms without being able to take berries or deer, whilst DauT has almost finished both the large deer patch in the north and the berries in the back of the base. So DauT's just looking in a lot better shape, and he's actually managing to get bloodlines in now, which is going to be a big deal.
Bloodlines, and he already has 7 scouts to his name. Really kept on the production close to having completely the berries, kind of mined down there, and his deers as well. Now fighting with his villagers, and that's not a good engagement there by DauT. Maybe a chance for Vinchester to catch up, but DauT is now going for a second archery range.
Yeah, that archery range transition is perfectly timed, given that Vinchester's mostly just going for spear. I was going to say spear defense, but it's a spear offense as well. He's basically cut out scout production at this point, so archery range is in probably not terribly far a long time until DauT starts to eye up Castle Age as well. He's starting to float some food. Vinchester could end up getting stranded in feudal against an opponent that's transitioned to archers and ultimately crossbows and cav archers here, so DauT is still maintaining that advantage as well on the villagers.
Vinchester now going for the mining camp. Maybe he wants to go for tower defense and try to get onto Castle Age there, and maybe get onto Huskarls. I think that's kind of the only option he has now. It was so surprising. Look at the resources he was floating. 400 wood, 300 gold. Obviously starting with 300 gold, so that's not too surprising. But still, he killed for so much more than he actually is. Maybe 2 archery ranges, maybe some more farms. Wheelbarrow now coming in for DauT. Expanding his eco lead. Let's take a look. Vinchester is even going for the stone upgrade, trying to take an engagement with the spearman. Good thing there for Vinchester, scaring away DauT. But now DauT is coming up with archers, and he is getting fletching as well. I think DauT might be able to close us out pretty soon.
Yeah, Vinchester to stay in this, he needs to get 2 or 3 towers up around his base right now, and then drop that extra wood into farms, which he is doing.
3 or 4 towers, you say. At the moment he's building 1 tower and has 60 stone, but lots of villagers on stone here. 6 and maybe soon to be 8. Doing some damage and now running away from the archers. Let's see if DauT is trying to find an engagement there. Most likely he's just trying to snipe the pikeman and now, or spearman, and is now trying to run away with the archers. Actually underneath the tower there's nothing Vinchester can do. He needs to go for skirms or archers on his own now. DauT even saving this scout who couldn't fit under the tower, scouting as well. And now there are villagers trapped for Vinchester, and there's just no chance for him to get defensive towers up because he can't mine more stone.
Yeah, it's incredibly unfortunate that the stone miners dropped off at 118. If he'd had 7 more stone, he could have built another tower somewhere near his farms or the berries and got rid of those archers from the base of the first tower and started to secure things a bit more. But just 7 stone short of being able to do that, and it's going to have a major effect on the game.
And he already taps out GG?
Great game from DauT. Odd choices from Vinchester, I think, with the Goths, and then just basically playing the Huns at their own game. But DauT certainly closed that out pretty perfectly. So even though he's late and he said it was kind of random that he showed up at this point, he's definitely in good form.
Oh man, Goth had the first choice. I was surprised. Honestly, the eco should be so much worse. Way less food, way less wood. Not on gold, only stone counting for him. Behind in villagers. And Vinchester losing the first game. I would say quite sloppy here. Oh, I need to.
Yeah, we did see that getting housed and just floating odd numbers of resources at different times. To be honest, though, it's hard to avoid that when you show up and you're waiting 50 minutes for your opponent to appear, because the opponent, when he eventually shows up, he hasn't been just sort of sitting around getting anxious and annoyed. Probably going to show up in a better mental state.
Maybe, not really sure what Winchester was trying there. I thought I saw him training some games with the Max before.
Was that during the close to an hour that he had to wait?
Even a bit before that. I think Winchester was like half an hour before the actual game started in the room and was waiting. So he basically didn't wait 1 hour, he waited 1.5 hours. Winch wanted to save his Huns for a different map, I'm sure. But what map Arabia is now, and already going down 1-0 in quite an easy game. Not sure if that's the best choice. But let's jump into game number 2. It is Continental, and players are picking Japanese for DauT and Brits for Vinchester. So, different civilizations again. SMB, tell me, which would you prefer?
Well, Japanese have been picked quite regularly for this map in this tournament, and you can understand why, with them being equally at home, grushing or doing archers on the land, good fishing ships, saving on the economic bonuses help with that kind of balancing the land and water as well. Vinchester, though, signalling his intention to just keep surprising us with the civ choices today, and I expect he's just going to go heavily on land here with the Britain's choice. We'll probably not contest the water too much.
And the building choice as well. It's an archery range plus stable. So he's anticipating that DauT thinks he goes for archers, will counter that with skirms, and then we'll have archers and scouts killing the skirms of DauT. That can fail so much, but can be brilliant as well.
Yeah, it can be brilliant. I don't know if we've seen people do archery range and stable instantly at all in this tournament. I've seen quite a number of the games, and I don't think I've seen it yet, but you can create sort of 4 or 5 scouts and 5 archers straight away, can't you? You probably can't get fletching along with that, but that combination showing up in your base after about 4 minutes could be pretty deadly. But Vinchester losing his scout in DauT space there.
And now going for archers and the scouts, so that will be full aggression. Let's see what DauT actually is going for. DauT is going for the archer defense. And Vinchester showing his scout. Let's see if he's maybe denying the villager. DauT is going for a dog. Let's see where. Oh, at a perfect spot here in the front. Now the first villager being denied to get a boar. And the sheep getting denied as well. 3 archers of Vinchester coming in. The TC is not firing. Oh,
this is going to be so powerful if Vinchester actually gets his archers and scouts to hold that hill in the east of DauT's base, though, where all of his boar and deer are. Maybe just circling around the west. There's a hill overlooking the gold and the berries as well. DauT's base is really open to attack if Vinchester pulls this off correctly.
Okay, let's see though. So it seems like Vinchester for now is looking to regroup. He didn't show his full army strength. Is not sending any more villagers. Is housed again. 7 to 4 military. It's 4 against 4 archers at the front. So no, it's only 3 archers for DauT. And maybe Vinchester wants to go, but it seems like he just wants to keep up the pressure. Remember, DauT will have very good fish here at the side. Let's see how Vinchester will be doing that. Actually, not the typical formation. I think the group formation. Now getting the first kill, getting the second kill, getting the third kill. No, 2 HP left. And didn't lose a single archer. That's a very good start for Vinchester here.
This is brutal.
1 villager down. Let's see the second villager very low. And great micro. DauT already going down heavily when it comes to villager HP. Second villager down. Remember, there's only 1 archer left. The third villager very much in danger. Actually, 3 villagers already went down. So most likely that would have been the 4th archer. And he's going for the fight again. 4 archers. Another villager going down. The archer for sure. And let's see. So many hurt villagers. The skirm obviously helping out not that much against the scouts. And oh god, Vinchester now ahead by only 2 villagers. How is he ahead only by 2 villagers? Seems like he was idling his TC very much as well. And nice micro there. Let's see the villager at 7 HP, 5 HP, 3 HP, 2 at 1 HP, and it's going down. And what a great
Yeah, I know he has five villager difference opening up. 2 more archers and skirm on their way. And Vinchester, although he did idle his TC a bit, he did a good job of keeping his eco mostly running throughout all of that, whilst also microing very well. He's not as far ahead as he could be, but it's a massive advantage. His ploy has worked here, and he's continuing to pick up some
Indeed, now the archer
damage
very
and
low.
idle time.
Is sending another archer here so to block the boss. What a great multitasking for sure. DauT again trying to fight with villagers. Vinchester's only plan is to do damage against the skirms and let the archers kill the villagers. Now retreating. And it seems like Vinchester is sending in more. Look at this, so close to the TC. What a sick aggression here by Vinchester. But DauT knows he has a fish, and most likely Vinchester didn't have the best of villager production. Oh, and the villager got blocked there. At the GC, let's see, maybe Vinchester losing a villager against the boar. Now sending in the scouts again. Another villager going down. The other one getting lots of damage. Is trying to take the fight. 12 HP, 8 HP, 4 HP, another hit, and going down. 4 villager advantage again for our player from Russia, who's absolutely playing his heart out and is going for the most aggressive open we have ever seen in this whole tournament. DauT not trying to defend, trying to get houses up, heavily housed, and the house is blocked at the moment, so he is stuck on the GC and on the dock as well. Now skirms only trying to do some fighting with the help of villagers against the scout, but Vinchester is absolutely aware and is trying to do some damage. Is now going back, and Vinchester's micro is just so on point. Let's see if he's actually doing some damage against the villager there. The villager going down to 7 HP, 3 HP, and again another villager lost. Vinchester ahead by 6 villagers, but 4 fishing ship behind.
Yeah, for all the damage that Vinchester is doing, DauT is equalising the villager disadvantage with the fishing ships, and they're obviously very, very efficient, and Vinchester can't touch those, so he does need to keep up the damage here. I suppose the only saving grace is just preventing DauT from taking a lot of his resources. But yeah, he either needs to continue to do damage or to cut the aggression, one of the two. He can't just sort of do a small amount of damage whilst continuing to stream units.
And god, I think most of the players in the world absolutely would have already needed to type the GG here against the aggression of Vinchester, but DauT just a miracle hold and is now evening out military and is only behind by 2 villagers. How did he manage to do that?
Yeah, he's actually ahead in overall population if you add in the fishing ships, and like you say, it was just incredible defense, getting the villagers involved at the right time, and although obviously taking substantial losses, Vinchester, when he's microing to that extent, it is hard to keep it up back at your own base. We did see him getting housed, villagers going idle, not always the most efficient economy, which is perfectly understandable, but you just need to strike that balance between doing damage at the enemy and then consolidating it back at home.
That's true. Sometimes it's so tough to balance that out, even for the very, very best in the world. Let's see, Vinchester trying to do somewhat damage on the villagers here. Even weakening them helps him out because he's always planning to come back. Now building a dock in the back as well, so trying to catch up, and that's another beautiful dock for our player from Russia here.
DauT is actually going to click Castle Age in about 1 minute as well, probably 1 to 2 minutes.
How did he accomplish that?
He's got 500 food, over 100 gold, building a blacksmith, got about 6-7 fishing ships. Vinchester's going to be a long way behind. She's just flabbergasting to actually be saying that after the early game that we've seen. Although Vinchester is picking up a good amount of villager kills here.
Now ahead by 6 villagers again. Not really sure. Did we see rebar by one of the players? I'm not sure. I don't think so. So let's see. The scouts now doing some damage, closing out the distance. But very low HP, and even the 2 archers are doing enough damage there. But more scouts coming in, and now 8 villagers ahead and only 4 fishing ships behind now. Vinchester's keeping up the aggression. Let's see if he's going for full attack. It seems like it's full scouts and now +1 defense. DauT is trying to wall some to control the area and trying to stabilize. And if he can hold and not take much more damage before reaching Castle Age, he is in a prime position to take the 2-0. But Vinchester obviously wants to go for the full aggression and hopefully deny the whole gold spot before DauT can get onto expos.
Yeah, that circling around to the west side of DauT's base is going to be the key. If Vinchester takes this hill now and he's coming in with scouts with the +1 armor, then he can do fatal damage to DauT.
Oh, and he's trying to do that, has +1 as you said, and is now taking the fight. He is actually fighting at the archers, and there's not much army left for Mr. DauT here. He is now down to 3 military, soon to be 1 military, only this archer, and then he's super vulnerable to any more upcoming attacks of Vinchester here. Now trying to wall close to the TC, and now going for the double archery range defense. Fletching now finished for Vinchester finally, but only 1 skirmisher will not do the damage. DauT going for a defensive barracks, kind of interesting walls by him here. Let's take a look at Vinchester. What are his resources looking like? 400 food, enough gold, and he stopped the production, so he's looking to click Castle Age as well. Sees okay, DauT is in a reasonable position here and is not on stone. Vinchester that is now switching on stone, so maybe trying to get up either some TCs or maybe defensive or offensive tower.
Yeah, I think the lack of having the stone to drop a tower is something that has prevented Vinchester from being able to decide the game here. Because with the amount of control he had in the outskirts of DauT's base, if he'd been able to drop a tower anywhere near that golden wood line, that would have sealed the deal. But 15 villages is the difference now with DauT having gone up to the Castle Age there. Pretty insane. Just need to see if DauT can actually make use of this Castle Age, the upgrades, to actually sort of get rid of Vinchester out of his base.
Let's see, what Canaro and Crossman coming in. Obviously his eco is better than it's actually looking. Being supported by the 9 fishing ship, but still it's 5 good fishing ship for Viper as well. Not Viper, for Vinchester. He is now retreating. Trying to build a defensive tower. Maybe I want to see some walls here. Yeah, those are good. I like them. Now trying to camp the hill. Maybe a bit too many scouts if you ask me. Should maybe try to run around and miraculously do some more damage, because the longer the game goes, scouts and later light cav are getting worse. See how Winchester's reacting to the attack of DauT, now having the tower on the hill. DauT needs to retreat. Well, fortified position. Let's see if we can see Winchester walling here. He's slightly ahead by points. Obviously has more kills. Ahead by 11 villagers. And he has river research as well. Let's take a look how he's trying to approach this. And there's no walls here. That's a bit of a mistake of Vinchester, if you ask me. The DauT is getting in here.
Yeah, he's idling an enormous section of Vinchester's economy there. He's driven away the whole wood line, half a dozen farms, a stone. It's a really key position for DauT to try and occupy, but he's going to go kind of vacate it, searching for more kills.
And this village actually survives. There is only 1 HP. Now DauT is taking lots of damage against the hill there. Expo upgrade coming in, but no botkin arrow. Vinchester actually has the resources. And now the scouts easily can clear up the running archers there. More archers coming in from DauT. Let's see, lots of villagers moving here from Vinchester. Now finally going for botkin arrow. Let's see if he's taking some more damage with his scouts. Yeah, that's unfortunate for him that he's losing a villager there. So now let's take a look at what we're looking into the game. Military count pretty much even. Fish, 5 more for DauT, but it's getting worse and worse. For Vinchester it's still looking reasonable. Vinchester ahead by 9 villagers. I think I have to give a small advantage to our player in the purple trunks here.
Yeah, having defended that attack, he's in a good spot because he will surely be able to add extra town centres if he wants to, obviously making use of the Britain's bonus. And whilst both players are doing crossbows in the Castle Age, he's obviously got an advantage again with the Britain's bonus. DauT's economy, he's having to kind of shift it around quite a lot at the moment. It doesn't have much space in that kind of southern part of the map, so I think Vinchester is in a good position still. It's not like DauT has a massive fish boom compared to him, although perhaps he will do if those fire ships make their way into Vinchester's northern corner.
Let's see, fire ships. Still not in production, I believe. Oh no, actually they're already out, as you said. So, okay, now Vinchester +1 range from the Britons, trying to out-micro, but now that was a bit too far, I believe. But not taking any damage, and that 3 kill to none. Vinchester's micro again, absolutely on point. He was so good yesterday, and in his round of 16. And he's keeping that up. DauT now going for ballistics, does not want to get toyed with. And yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, until Vinchester gets ballistics at almost the same time, it's kind of DauT looking at that first engagement there when he comes out 0 for 3, and he's like, I'm not going to try and out-micro this guy. He's 20 years younger than me and way faster.
Indeed, DauT in his late 30s, and Vinchester, I believe, like 17 or 18. So that's just a huge difference. And let's see, more micro. Now it's still ballistics against ballistics. Oh, and that was a misclick by Vinchester. Now trying to take the hill and doing the damage. Is getting some kills there, but the numbers are just so much better for DauT here. What are the scouts of Vinchester doing? Just idling here in the back base. That's the end of that for them. First TC for Vinchester, and he has a reasonable amount to go, maybe for a castle.
On water, DauT made a little bit of a mistake. Vinchester produced 1 fire ship and sent it to the south, and DauT's fire ships, 2 of them, have chased the single one of Vinchester's all the way back instead of just killing Vinchester's fish.
Oh, nice catch there. Military count in favor of DauT after winning this engagement, obviously, but only 1 extra TC. I think 1 extra TC for Vinchester as well. He didn't even use his other boar. I think that's not really an engagement that DauT could take against the hill where there was even numbers. And Vinchester actually anticipating, no he's not, the attack from DauT, but trying to wall there, so that's a good move. But unfortunately the Hippo is helping out. Another offensive tower there by Vinchester. Or actually it's the defensive tower, but one of the more offensive defensive towers. DauT now sneaking around.
Yeah, Vinchester not getting the wall up in time there, and I'd
Oh,
expect him
Vinchester
to be
didn't
putting those
notice.
stone miners away. He's gonna... I don't know if he's noticed.
When Vinchester didn't notice.
Even with his villager being killed on the wall, he didn't notice. He's actually micring on the water now. If I go to his view, like he's just seen it. But 3 villagers down, 4 villagers down instantly.
Villager
And that
count
makes it
even
50-50.
out. Oh, 50-50 indeed! How did
Incidentally, that
that
was pretty much the betting for this series as well. This was a really divided opinion.
Oh, sweet stuff. DauT now trying to go for some kills there, but double tower full of villagers are doing lots of damage against the crossbows. Now the clear up from Vinchester here can send his villagers back to work, and this game could not be closer.
Absolutely not. It's good to see that Vinchester is, right in there after the first game, which was pretty much a masterclass from DauT, and Vinchester looking a little bit in need of some warming up.
Last Expo at 20 HP here. Lots of army to actually clear one Expo up, but sometimes you have to do the overkills. Let's take a look at Vinchester Stone. It's 520. He lost his villagers at the stone, so the castle got denied a bit. Let's take a look. DauT now going for 3 GCs and more Expos here. Fighting with Japanese Expos against British Expos. How bad is that?
Well, obviously you always have the potential to be out-microed in any situation. You just need to avoid overextending yourself for the most part. If you've got the numbers advantage and you kind of camp a hill outside your base, you can deal with it, but you just need to be careful, and like DauT in that situation there, not really reacting to Vinchester's ones going forward and taking some kills from out of range, taking some deaths, even casualties. But we just see the strength of DauT's overall macro play here, from the fact that he goes from being 15 villagers behind to now 21 economic population ahead if you count the fishing ships. It's a remarkable turnaround, even if Vinchester is on the way to Imperial Age. And that against a Britain's player as well, who normally you expect to really boom once it hits the Castle Age.
Yeah, but he did not reboom. He went for the early castle upgrade, early Imperial Age upgrade, and will be going for Arbalest, and there all the mangonel hopes of DauT will end for sure. Let's take a look. Vinchester has enough gold to go for 3 archery ranges, or even 4 archery ranges. Arbalest. Let's see, he tried to build a castle here, but did cancel it. Maybe he wants to build a more offensive one. Let's see, let's go into his point of view and try to understand what he is anticipating to do against DauT. Oh, and yeah, he wants to get this castle up a bit more to the front, but is losing all his villagers there.
DauT needs a mangonel shot here. if I was just thinking it would be so good if you could actually get a big shot on Vinchester's crossbows before the extra range kicks in, and then finally the Arbalest. Because for a couple of minutes now, Vinchester's going to have a massive advantage.
Yeah, but DauT is clicking up to Imperial Age as well. Didn't see that coming. Had by 25 villagers and 10.
Big
Whoa, that was a big hit.
5 or 6 casualties. And
no
DauT
damage.
not quite getting one of his own.
Oh, and Vinchester, oh, that was a very good engagement there for Vinchester. Now going for Bracers, going for Arbalest, and he can do the damage. Let's see, I think going for traps instantly would be the better option than to go for conscription or maybe even longbows. I think that would be the worst option. Let's see, he's instantly going for the trap, wants to keep up the pressure. Let's see what he sees. He's seeing, oh god, he wants to try and get up a castle pretty soon. Let's kill this mangonel on the way, and now snipe villagers. Snipe villagers as much as I can, because the castle will most likely not get denied. Too many villagers in the back working on it as well, but we'll get a lot of expos for his troubles, and the traps will try to do the damage against the castle of DauT, who's now switching into elite skirms.
I was talking about DauT with his macro player, but he's only just got some upgrades you might have expected quite a long time ago. Boastful wheelbarrows, so his economy is in slightly less shape than we thought. Whereas Vinchester is in a really good strategic position here with those Britain's arbalests on top of that hill. The Treb's going to be benefiting from the hill bonus as well. I don't think that castle from DauT will live that long if Vinchester keeps up trebuchet production, which he is. Second one coming out and the third one being queued. Even with the economy advantage for DauT, it's going to be a tough hold for him here, especially against those powerful Britain's arbalists.
Let's see what DauT is going for. Is he going for only skirmishers? Or is he trying to add onagers as well? He doesn't have the resources to tech for onagers. He's not trying to get one trap out. He's trying to buy himself some more time and repairing the castle. Obviously against 2 traps or soon to be 3 traps on the hill, he cannot repair with only a handful of villagers there. Vinchester going for a very aggressive town center there at the side. Cannot build a lot here because it's so hilly. Need to build a lot of mining camps and far away town centers. He only was on 2, now being on 3.
And the castle goes down. DauT does have 650 stone to build a second one, but there's not really a good spot because you don't want to place it anywhere near where Trebs are likely to show up in the next minute or 2.
That's true. Going for another archer range and going forward with 2 traps. 3 traps going down on the siege workshop. Does really not want to get any ram fights or some mangonel shots. Sees full archeries now. And yeah, that's lots of skirms waiting for Winchester's arbalests. Now trying to expand to the middle.
Vinchester already kind of anticipating DauT's transition and going for some elite skirms of his own, or teching for the upgrade anyway. But all of those skirms emerging from the archer ranges now. Vinchester wisely going back. I was thinking the mangonels would be key to help deal with the elite skirmishes, but he's not really got much out of the 2 mangonels that he did have. And we're now seeing Trebs being destroyed by elite skirms.
Yeah, but some skirms going down in exchange. Now the arbalest obviously on the hill with the range. It's 8 range against 10 range, I believe. Yes, indeed. But Winchester needs to go back. What is he going for? He's now adding skirms as well. Eco upgrade for DauT, the 3rd axe there. And villagers, Winchester did catch up. Only behind by 12 villagers now.
Constantly with 20 idols though, which is quite a big deal. It kind of takes his working population down to 60 odd for the last however long.
Very true. Let's see. Now Vinchester is trying to do another engagement. He's ahead by 20 military, but it's still skirms against arbalest. The numbers are better for Vinchester, and if DauT loses this and now he's retreating, that's always a bad sign for him. Building a defensive castle there, and DauT actually making work out of his last trap, killing 1 trap of Vinchester there long distance. But military count is now pretty brutal here. Vinchester at over 60 compared to 28 for DauT.
Other thing to note, of course, here is that DauT unable to take his 2nd and possibly his 3rd gold. He's mining his last panel of gold. It's literally exhausting right now in the very southern corner of the island. He's got no gold income from now on besides the market potentially. Vinchester taking extra stone and a relic in the west corner, so he's securing control of the important resources here. DauT looking increasingly backed into a corner, even if defending well for the moment.
Yeah, but for now it's kind of okay because he only wants to build skirmishes anyways. But once obviously Winchester is going for some rams or light cav, the switch would not get counted. Now Yeoman even coming in for our player in purple here. Pushing more and more, 60 to 40 military, 1 more trap, mangonel being sniped. 2 more mangonels coming up. And now I think the arbalest will have 11 range. I think so.
Yeah, correct.
Indeed. It's getting sicker and sicker. Another castle coming up for Vinchester, absolutely securing those 2 gold spots, so DauT will be stuck on his gold. For now he has 1.2k, now going for the onage attack. and is getting some more traps out. So he is kind of okay when it comes to gold resources, but yeah, just in the long run he will not be. Which you count now, even DauT, so many skirmishes being produced here by DauT. I think Vinchester needs to start a tech switch. You cannot fight Arbalest against skirmishes the whole game.
Yeah, I question why he's not going for Onigiri himself, really, with the amount of gold that he has access to. It would have been the key to actually finish off this army from DauT with some Trebs and Arbs. But now he's losing quite a lot of his push, and he's going to have to regroup and rethink. Like you say, a bit of a tech switch, come back with the combined arms force, because DauT holding strong for now.
Indeed holding strong, and what a good game. We're already at Mark 50, and think about how this game started. It started with archery range stable from Vinchester and total defense in a very small area for DauT here. And now we're in the late Imperial Age, players going for Onagers, Arbalest with 11 range and so much map control, and that's a nice sneak there of an Arbalest and a skirmisher. Vinchester sees that DauT is in control of this whole area, because DauT would have been out of wood if it wouldn't be for the middle area. That's compared to Vinchester, who obviously has much more map control and therefore much more wood to go for him. Let's see, Onager shots could be big. How players are going there. Vinchester even going for CA, most likely a misclick.
Yeah, Vinchester's actually doing a transport on the inner ring of water to try and get across to that middle area where DauT is, because just looking at the map, you'll be aware that that's probably where DauT's villages are mostly concentrated, gathering the wood. You can get some Arbalests in there, you'll quickly depopulate DauT's economy. But DauT is actually going to go for the Treb push against that castle on the hill. Vinchester having made the Onager tech switch though, which is going to be really important.
Yeah, let's see how his Onagers will perform. Needs to get some good shots of Japanese traps, but without Kararuto. So 3 kind of normal traps here. Let's see, Onager shot. That was close, missing. Oh, how did the Onager survive there? Now getting some kills against the skirms, but not enough. Not enough compared to what he wanted to get. Just still staying at the hill, and DauT is playing a great game here. Defense all game long, but he's staying in the game. Mainly because Vinchester is failing to do the tech switch. Onagers now doing the damage we wanted to see. The castle might get saved against 2 traps. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it will. That Onager should potentially take out 1 more Treb, with the Trebs in the back row as well. Yeah, it should survive. Vinchester's got stone to repair for days. I'd like to see those forward villages that he's got repairing the castle just drop a couple more siege workshops up on that hill, just to ramp up the Onager production more. But Vinchester losing a lot of Arbalests, and his military numbers are, well, they're not looking too unhealthy overall. Still at 50 military, but seems a little bit short in this area. He's actually built a castle back at home, and he's got a lot of Arbalests and some villagers ready to sneak across into the middle area that DauT has sole access to at the moment, which could be a game-changing move.
Indeed, let's see. 1 villager and like 9 military, so a handful of Arbalests and skirmishes, but DauT is already waiting for him, and most likely this will get denied. I think a light cap would have done wonders there, and now Vinchester going for the gold spots of DauT. What a sick series, 100, oh what a sick game, 160 pop for both, or at least close to that.
DauT heavily using the market now to try and just make a bit of gold, keep himself in it.
And DauT out of gold, and he does not have so much wood. Let's take a look, he's not getting this one at the left hand
Oh,
side.
this Onager shot could be huge.
Oh god, great micro there. Let's see, another shot. Just always getting some skirms, even if the full group is running around. The splash damage is just so big.
It's absolutely fascinating though. Every time Vinchester looks poised to deal significant damage, like DauT just makes it so that he's like so near yet so far. Vinchester, that is. As DauT's defense just always stands strong just at the vital moment, but always on a clock with his lack of map control and resource control here. Got a big ram train coming out though. If you look towards the west side of his base, he's got about 8 capped rams coming.
Even capped rams, yeah. That should get the castle, unless Vinchester is getting up a lot of onagers. Let's take a look on the point of view of DauT. He sees not a lot of onagers. Let's go into the point of view of Vinchester. The onager obviously doing lots of damage, but now one trap coming in and he sees some capped rams. I think one capped ram will not scare him. Should maybe even focus the capped ram. Some good damage against this guy skirms, but not good enough. Trying to focus on the capped rams now, but more capped rams coming in, and that might be another successful push for DauT. Kind of remembering me of the push on Mediterranean yesterday against Stringhorn.
Yeah, I love that although the ram train isn't actually getting moving. Okay, yeah, DauT's gone for it now. I was going to say the fact he's got the 2 trebs behind it, because it makes it so difficult, because you try and defend at the base of the castle, which means you sort of retreat behind it with your onagers to shoot the rams, but then you've got the trebs 15 tiles away, also doing damage. When you do like a dual ram and treb push at the castle, it's so difficult to stop.
We're now dropping to 138 pop only, looting the castle for sure. Onager maybe only focusing on the ram, not going for the kill against the skirm. Could have done so much damage, and Vinchester's retreating.
Oh god,
did he lose the game?
Wow, DauT is so on point here. I thought he was going to lose like 20 skirms to that one onager just as the castle went down, but he went to staggered formation exactly at the right time. DauT is pushing it all the way back across the map.
DauT needed to push now. He's completely out of wood on this side. If Vinchester would have held for another like 1 or 2 minutes, he absolutely would have won the game. But DauT's pushed us in the perfect time window there. Only onagers now for Vinchester. Let's see if he can do a better hold on this new hill with his castle. Getting some skirmishes, but what does it really change if DauT loses 15 more skirmishes? I think not much. He's just keeping up the production. Is now getting back onto gold. Can keep up this ram production, although some rams now maybe going down. Let's see. And DauT is back on wood, sending in more skirms. The 2 traps are doing damage. 130 pop against 180. How is DauT so far ahead by population? Mainly because of military.
And Vinchester completely out of stone to repair that castle in the northwest now. So every fortification raising that DauT manages is really pivotal. But he's left those trebs exposed.
Not intentionally, but the army lacking a bit, so now the onagers could do some damage. Let's see. Oh, and the traps actually focusing the onager.
That is such a clutch snipe by that treb, and it just keeps DauT rolling because onager's slightly out of the picture until those 2 more come in. Vinchester, did he buy stone to try and continue repairing that castle? I don't know.
So he's not getting stone anywhere, and now out of stone again, and it seems like DauT is pushing this, and maybe DauT after this long time might be winning this game. What a sick hold. Vinchester's resources absolutely at the limit. DauT's production as well. Now going for husbandry and +2 defense armor. Soon we'll see some light cav coming in, and I think this might be the GG moment then. DauT is now going for the castle. I don't know how he could afford that stone. Because he could get to that stone spot. But now 2 traps, 2 rams, and like 80 skirms. Actually, he has more than 100 military. How is he doing that?
I don't know. They don't call him the Serbian monster for nothing. Like, he's showing it here. It's amazing. And that castle just taking control of the gold and a lot of the wood in the middle of the map, because wood is becoming an issue for both players now. Vinchester has a bit in the east. DauT can really, with that castle, he takes control of 3/4 of the remaining resources on the map. And he's got this fairly in his control now.
Yeah, as I said,
Vinchester just running out of steam.
That's the last wood for Vinchester, as you said. So Now Winchester is the guy who actually needs to push. He's barely holding, but he needs to push. This couldn't look better for DauT. What is going on here? Let's see how many scouts DauT has already queued up. It's 7 in the stables and 7 queued up. No more pushing onagers for Vinchester, but the single onager obviously not the greatest clear up unit. Having like 3 or 4 would absolutely help out against the mass of rams. The rams now even sniping the trap. Obviously 1 onager enough to slowly but surely kill the cap rams. Now light cap coming in with +2 defense, and this might be the GG pretty soon. I think Vinchester will not hold this hill. There's traps raining down. More skirms pushing. Vinchester's trying to play his heart out. He's going for the full defense. Maybe trying to get some more good onager shots out, and I think the onager shots might be good. Let's see if DauT is microing. Oh god, big shots indeed. Trying to get back onto Pop, but now the onager down to 30 HP. I think his skirm only doing 1 damage, but DauT doesn't care about his skirms. He's just pressing, he's just producing, he's pushing, and Vinchester is struggling. He is now going for Monastery, he's going for some more farms, but it's not looking good. Most of his eco is very low. More onagers coming in for DauT. Better eco when it comes to numbers for Vinchester, but not for long. I think DauT can close this series out, this game out any second now.
Yeah, Vinchester has almost no ability to replenish his forces. He's got no gold. His food income isn't great, so not able to completely spam skirms. And DauT's has got all the toys now, continuing to add onagers, trebuchets. He'll be able to add more rams. Light cav coming in, countering the skirms. Taking control of that last important hill outside Vinchester's base as well.
When onager shot against the skirms, could have been even worse, but yeah, now the important hill, as you said, going down to Pop 140. DauT having the hill, and yeah, basically we're only waiting for the GG because Vinchester simply has no chance, and DauT played such a great game. Now Vinchester maybe trying to go for light cap on his own, has 3 stables, so maybe trying to regroup. It did add some farms, and maybe wants to go for a final push, trying to reclaim his own hill, but there's just so much DauT. Missing lots of upgrade, only now getting the +1/+1. DauT absolutely maxed out. Look at the kill statistics, it's 620 to 360, so heavily in favor of Vinchester, but DauT does not care. He has a better eco, he's just producing, and who cares about skirms? Not DauT. Sweet landing here by Vinchester, but instantly seen by DauT. And yeah, the denial is real. Now even killing the start, you see that's never a good sign. Pushing in more and more. Pop 120 against Pop 200. I think this might be the final engagement. Vinchester cannot win this. More scouts coming in, and this has to be finally the GG moment. Vinchester does not want to go down to 0, but he has no other option to finally tap out. Blast Furnace even for DauT coming in. Maybe some onager shots. Lightcap trying to run around from Vinchester. Still only stuck on +1/+1. Most of the builds going down now. Both players actually pretty low at 74 villages, but military count is just 25 to 95. Now the
those are the
onager shots ending the game. Pop 90 against Pop 10, and GG finally against Vinchester. This might have been the top 2 games we had seen this tournament. What a sick game.
Absolutely incredible defense by DauT. I think Vinchester could have taken some better fights than kind of the earlier Imperial Age, made a better army composition. I think he stayed on just pure Arbalests for too long. Earlier onager transition could have won it, but let's not take anything away from DauT, because he was basically defending for his life for the first 45 minutes of the game. From the moment that Scout and Arch combination rush from Vinchester showed up in his base, he was holding like a monster, and Vinchester will just be wondering how he was still alive. He was saying almost every player would have been dead at like minute 10, but not DauT. And I'm just really impressed by his play in this game. Sometimes we see him losing units to mangonels because he's not really paying attention to that sort of thing or microing that well. But in this game, like I said, one moment where I said, wow, he's on point because he's spread his skirms just at the moment. And normally I'd expect DauT skirms to have all died to those onagers multiple times, but he was just so on point and so much faster than I used to see him, I think. And like I say, it could have gone either way, but great play by DauT.
Incredible play by DauT. How he defended, then how he was very limited his resources, still stayed on point and made the right army. Vinchester maybe playing a bit into his cards there, only going for archers against a guy who doesn't have any gold. Maybe another unit composition would have been a bit better. As you said, would love to see the early onagers there for sure. 2-0 for DauT. Let me get some more air in my room. We will be back shortly. Great series, best of 7, 2-0 for DauT. After that, it will be MBL against Viper in the other semifinals. And after those two semifinals, we obviously have the winner of both going against each other in another best of 9.
I don't know whether you guys are hearing that on stream, but that is so much traffic noise. Yeah, just turn the stream on, you are. Right, I'll be right back for 2 minutes as well, just like Neilford, and we'll be heading into that third game in just a moment. Players have already launched, so it won't be long.
And oh god, this was fast. This is a 2-0 for DauT. And now we're jumping into map number 3. It is Gold Rush. Vinchester's going for Hans and DauT is going for May. And with me is still SMBE. Are you hyped? Seems like no. Am I muted maybe in TeamSpeak? No. Oh, he is muted. I didn't know that he was away. So let's go chat off and see how DauT is playing this out. He didn't earn a lot of fans by showing up in time today, but maybe he is earning some more fans by his gameplay. He is building scouts as we would expect, at least at the Vinchester, and DauT is going for the archer defense. Has a pretty nice map. Oh god, what is this for a good map? 2 boars defensively, so they can't get harassed. The gold spot defensively, stone, and such an easy wall with back berries as well. This is a perfect spot for DauT here. Vinchester indeed playing Hans. Let's see what he can do. DauT just has such a beautiful map for his strategy. It's looking very good. You are muted if you want to say something, SMB. Not really sure. Vinchester trying to dodge the shots. Nice house there by DauT. Actually, maybe just was a random house. Vinchester sees, oh god, this guy has a pretty good map. Will be having problems doing a lot of damage there. DauT even going for the +1 defense. +1 defense, what am I talking about? The wood upgrade. And yeah, just staying defensively, not taking any damage, going for strong units. Just typical DauT style.
Yeah, I'm back, and once again, Vinchester surprising us with his civ choices.
Well, Hans aren't too surprising.
We did actually see, I forgot which game it was, the Hans taking a game against Britons, but I think the Medal should have feel like they, particularly Mayans, would be a more common choice here.
Vinchester has a nice patch of deers in his back, so he can reinforce his food income there for sure, if he so desires. Let's see now, first ball coming in, and
thank you, you wonderful man.
Someone donated, let me just quickly check. Thank you so much, great games, and I couldn't read the message till the end. I think we're close to 30. Oh, we are 5 minutes away from 30-hour stream in a row. Thank you for the donation, great games indeed. The game before was extremely sick. Now second lumber camp even for Vinchester. What's going on here? That's super surprising for me. Just now going for Town Watch. That's weird decisions. He doesn't even have enough buildings to use Town Watch. And second lumber camp. DauT is just camping out with his archers for now, and maybe is going for fletching soon, and then we'll try to seek some aggression. Manchester for now is going for his archery range, going for some archers. I think DauT is in a good position here, picking Marians and not being forced to do anything else than he would normally want to do.
Yeah, this map is just so perfect for him, because he can basically just... I mean, he's almost completely walled in the front of his base, so he can pretty much just leapfrog straight to Castle Age here, bringing in his second ball.
Look at the scout spread of Vinchester. He's spreading around everywhere. He wants to see the... He is expecting scouts to run around, the archers to run around, but he wants to see them instantly.
Yeah, he's realised he can't do any damage at all. He's just going to go home because he knows in an open ground fight with the scouts versus the archers he could win. So he's just basically gone home and just trying to catch up to DauT probably, I think, in terms of eco, because he's realised that it's going to be a pretty, well, it seemed like it was going to be a pretty passive game for a while. But now DauT finally heading out with 10 archers, or possibly even more. Yeah, 12 archers, with fletching going to kick in as well. And
that can be a deadly force. 5 archers and a skirmisher for Vinchester, but he does not have the upgrades yet. He only has 30 gold. He built an archer too much. He can't go for fletching, and DauT has a small hill here. That's looking good for DauT again. Vinchester going for the defense upgrade. 1 villager instantly going down, and second villager going down. DauT has the hill here. Can two-shot those villagers. Now can micro against all the other stuff because he has fletching. What is this for? This is just GG! This is GG! What happened here?
I think Vinchester underestimated just how many archers DauT was making, and like you say, not being able to get fletching was a big deal, but also just spreading the scouts. You saw one get picked off the moment DauT entered Vinchester's base. It took a long time for Vinchester to group up. If he'd had like his 5 scouts and his 6 archers and a skirmisher all in one place, he could perhaps have fought against that, but everything was so spread out, and DauT just went right in there on the hill. Some quick kills, and Vinchester was at such a disadvantage. I think he was right calling GG there. Yeah, not the game we were expecting after some of the classic worthy of being considered classic Gold Rush games we've had recently. Good game by DauT again.
Yeah, and I think mistakes by Vinchester. 1 archer too much, so he couldn't go for fletching. And his scouts were just 3 at the right hand side and 1 in the back. And none at the front, just the straight area was just... Vinchester was ruling that out, and I wasn't sure why. Wanted to pointed that out earlier, but DauT just instantly went for it, got the kill. As you can see, 8 against 1 kills, and just ended the game there. What a quick...
You have to question Vinchester's decision making of, because we saw him make Town Watch, and like I said, he didn't have many buildings, but it did increase his line of sight. But then he put his scouts around the perimeter to, which made the Town Watch completely redundant anyway. You almost rather have seen him, keep their scouts in one place and maybe try and shoot for bloodlines or something. But I think he got underestimated. He underestimated DauT. Kind of thought DauT would cut military production and carry on behind those sort of walls to go to the Castle Age, and I think DauT just investing heavily into military archers, like 12 archers and fletching, just caught him completely by surprise. I think a little bit naive by Vinchester possibly there.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm super surprised how Winchester could not anticipate that. That's like the most obvious strategy DauT could have went for. So 20 sec spec delay only, and we would jump into the first of 4 match points for DauT. Something I would not have expected after the games yesterday. SMB, what are we witnessing? The next map, as we always have seen it, will be Mediterranean. We will have Mongols for DauT and Japanese for Vinchester. Chat off and game on. Stable for Vinchester here at the Japanese, and stable for DauT here with the Mongols. The score is 3-0 in favor of DauT. What's going wrong with Vinchester? Or is just DauT playing incredibly?
I think it's a mixture of both, isn't it? We've seen we've questioned some of Vinchester's decision making at times, and DauT has played better than I expected him to. I think, and probably better than a majority of people expected him to.
Yeah, including me. So let's see, is someone going for a dog? For now, it does not seem like it, since both players are trying to stay on scouts. Even pushing a deer into the TC there by Vinchester. Great multitasking, but did not scout a lot of the map. Let's see, DauT even snacking 3 of the neutral sheep. DauT now coming in at the side, but DauT needs to run, sees the 2 scouts and is going back. Let's see, DauT is actually having a villager quite forward. Is he trying to build a dock, or is that a sneaky villager? Not really sure. Vinchester's taking a long fight there, losing a bit too much HP. Or a bit too many. No dock so far. And it seems like DauT will build a dock here at the side. Just have house at pop 15. Maybe his nerves kicking in now. Is at 5 scouts, 4 scouts for DauT. So a bit of a
DauT is actually just going to mill those deer rather than putting a dock there, because he doesn't have a lumber camp. So I guess he could make a dock on 1 fishing ship, and then that would be it. So I think it's quite a good decision to get the deer quickly and then build a dock a bit later on.
That makes more sense. Let's see, Vinchester not on point here with the sheep micro as well. Sheeping and boring at the same time. DauT now trying to kiss the TC. Thinks better of it. Now sending a villager to build a dock, but DauT was trying to snag this villager. Now readjusting, and DauT isn't going for the villager for a second time. I would recommend Vinchester walling his villager there, and a small snipe there here for our Russian player who needs now all our help. Please send energy via Twitch chat to Vinchester to get us some more games. And oh god, this is stand ground, and he's getting so much damage without actually attacking. Did hell off here. Now second ball for Vinchester coming in. Idle TC. DauT already had by 1 villager, and it's now 1 dock against no dock. 4 kills for DauT, 3 kills for Vinchester. And Vinchester isn't Winchester at the moment. At the moment he's Losechester. That's a bit disappointing. Let's see, now walling his villager. That's a nice move. For sure, trying to save her. Although he still had full HP, he just could have ran to the TC. Let's see. It's 7 military to 2. How's that possible again? It's 5 scouts now to 2 scouts. Some more in production, and I think at least 1 villager will go down. And this is again not looking good for our player from Russia. Needs to pull his villagers. And this is a fight he does not want to take. Let's see. DauT is putting up the pressure. Sending in 2 more scouts. Might even send more. And GG, well played. Good luck next round. What is going on with Vinchester here? This is the shortest series of all times. Best of 7.
Yeah, I think that game at Vinchester, I'm not going to say he's trying to play standard, but he's just trying to get a dock up and such. When there's obviously the Mongols with the scouts can just keep going down the side. DauT focused exclusively on food economy for the first sort of 5 minutes of the game, allowing him to get that big lead in scouts, milling the deer, allowing him to keep that going. Didn't even bother to take his starting 4 sheep by the looks of it, which is just crazy. He also stole a bunch of sheep from around Vinchester's base, and that's why he's able to just exceed in military production so quickly, whilst Vinchester's wasting not wasting, but he's investing, multitasking, villager time, and a lot of wood into getting a dock up that doesn't really help you until a few minutes down the line once your fishing economy's going, whereas DauT just blazingly fast hunting economy and sealing the win in no time.
Oh man. So, DauT taking the 4-0 win. Nice recap by you there, SMB. I really think your analysis is absolutely on point today. And
Thank you.
no, really. Yeah.
No, what I want to say is that I'm surprised because DauT, if anything, the situation I've just described with DauT and Vinchester and their approaches, I'd have expected that Vinchester would be the one to come up with something inventive for these settings that do encourage that early feudal aggression, and DauT would be the one playing it more safe, doing picking Japanese on that map, for example, and trying to build a dock and then getting caught out by Vinchester going full scouts. But it's completely the opposite way round, and perhaps that's just DauT's enormous experience showing through.
Oh man. Well, honestly, Vinchester had a 6 strategy in Continental, Scout Archer. That was super good. And I think he, against, not the top 5 or top 10 in the world, he would have instantly won the game. And, yeah, just too sick. Oh. So there's no game for 3rd place. And, yeah, let's take a look at the schedule.